Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda. Off here to another glorious and riveting 1v1, this time on Pachino Stalemate. In the northwest stands the dirtiest of finishers, Dirty Finisher. Fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. The 26th Panzer Division, 7th Panzer Grenadier Company, tasked with pushing right into the British advance here, with the 1st Infantry here from the British, actually 8th Infantry, under the command of DanielID, here going with the name of Blobs, but this is DanielID, fighting for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, straight into British Armoured, with a double Sappers and Vickers start, rapidly moving out to secure terrain here for the glory of the Empire. So we're off here, and we got a Grenadier squad out here for Dirty Finisher. Double Pioneers Grenadiers versus double Sappers Vickers. Noting no immediate section command post here for DanielID. First skirmish already happening here. Sappers and Pioneers clash over the centre here. And we got the civilians just hightailing out of there, just discussing how to rebuild the place. It looks there may soon not be anything to rebuild at this rate. So Grenadiers bring forward to command and fire from the 10 guns of the Sappers. Khan 80Ks though quickly return fire, forcing the Sappers to quickly pop into the Church of St. Al of Pachino, patron saint of little friends everywhere. Grenadiers firing away here. We'll have to see here what DanielID and what Dirty Finisher does. Neither side is really going to benefit a lot from this engagement. In fact, DanielID might slightly benefit more in some respects because this unit is cheaper here, but compared to the Grenadiers. So we'll have to see there. Grenadiers backing off. He could theoretically try and rush here. The problem is, as soon as he does that, Dirty Finisher is going to pop into one of these buildings here and start shooting in the Sappers. So it's a bit of a awkward situation. We've got a second Vickers there though for DanielID. We also got the section command post up, so no infantry section here from the British player as of yet. Plus an interesting choice of armored battle groups. It's not like he gets any call-in infantry. He doesn't get Goodacus, he doesn't get commandos of any kind. Of course he does get call-in tanks, but that's not infantry. So Sappers is trying to push forward here again. Dirty Finish, of course, here as you can see, that pops into the building, stealing one of the Sappers there in the middle of the road, forcing the rest to withdraw here before the German army executes the entire lot of them. Grenadiers pushing forwards here, steady securing the centre. Up north here, Pioneers making progress, same in the south here. Vickers are ready to hose any Germans. We finally get an infantry section there from DanielID, but definitely an interesting build order of double Sappers, double Vickers. Not one you see too often, but at the same time we do see some British players going fairly heavy on the Vickers from time to time. Sappers here, they're catching the Pioneers, the MP40s versus the Sten Gun Mark II. Pioneers though are absolutely outmanned, so they will have to withdraw here.
An infantry section of Tommies has been trained.
And there we go, routed. Grenadiers moving in here, trying to catch the Sappers at the same time. May have to slightly try and set up some more distance, otherwise the Sappers will just close in the Grenadiers. Oh, he's moving to lay up barbed wire. Does realise what's going on, then falls in on the Grenadiers here. MD42 around for Dirty Finish on the centre here, and the 26th Panzer Division. Further up north here, looks to be some skirmishing here, as the Vickers likely is keeping the Pioneers occupied, allowing another unit to move up here. Grenadiers routed. Centre there, we got the 2nd Corps with the MD42, and further up north here, Vickers flanked by the Grenadiers. Nice work here, but we got the other Vickers moving up here to possibly flank the MD42 in return. Some fierce flanking maneuvers here from both sides. Kicking in doors, breaking windows. They're doing it all. Meanwhile here, DanielID further, of course, leveraging the initial moment to go straight for the fuel point and dig in on it. Thumbs up. As of course your Dirty Finish, in which case you might be reaching for other digits on your hand. Another section here for DanielID, so double Sappers, double Vickers, and then double section. That is definitely a unique build order there. Vickers there repositioned towards the centre here. Quickly setting up there with its Vickers water-cooled machine gun. The Vickers, by if those wondering, was a further development of the Max machine gun. Both of course being British machine guns. Sappers routed here. Further up north here, we got this Wrecker section up here now for DanielID, opening up for artillery and of course flares, and of course just a nice boost to the section from the Scopely Enfields. Further south here, got flamethrower Pioneers back to the knees, forcing the Sappers to retreat here. Dirty Finisher though finds himself a bit on the back foot so far here against the British 8th Infantry Division. 26th Panzer Division's initial push has not quite borne fruit as of yet. So Over to Dirty Finisher here, who has gone for Mechanized and is going for 4 Grenadiers. That's an unusual build order there, I would say. Unless he's planning to go for a lot of Grenadiers and then go for, say, either the Panzer Grenadier come, the Luftwaffe come in and start transferring them out. Which would be an interesting strategy, not entirely unique. I've seen players like 101st Airborne as the Wehrmacht actually, you know, go a lot of either, well, Grenadiers and either transfer not all out for Panzer Grenadiers or Jaegers. So that could be an option that Dirty Finish is planning on, and it might not actually be a bad idea. But it's definitely not one strategy I see executed very commonly. That said, if it's not planning to transfer out any of these, that's definitely a bit more of an odd strategy long term. Pushing northwards here, we got raid package here. Big Grenadier pushback of the Pioneers here. 26th Panzer shown there, launching a larger scale infantry assault towards the north here. In the south, they're breaking through the British lines as well here. But DanielID here, not slowing down. We got flamethrowers for the sappers, running into the flamethrowers of the Pioneers with the Flammenwerfer 35. Burning through those Englishmen. How'd you like these fish und chips? Haha! Jürgen, that's a terrible joke. What do you mean? I mean, come on. Really? That's all you can do? Oh, sorry. Anyways, Hamburg all up in there for DanielID. Of course, going to put some pressure there on Dirty Finisher. And it doesn't really have like any counters to it right away, except, of course, hoping to catch it with a lot of Panzerfausts. So right now, though, the Humber's going to be an excellent choice here against Dirty Finisher's heavy Grenadier force. Of course, he is pushing for the Panzer Grenadier Company, so likely a Pack 4 here could be called in to that way deal with the Humber. Armored car. Got the Grinsbing hammed here by the Humber. Immediately taking a lot of damage here from the autocannon, ripping through those Grenadiers. Leaving just 4 men behind now, 3 men dead. 3 men alive here as the Hammer continues to inflict incredible amounts of damage here to Dirty Finisher's men, forcing the Grenadier squad on the south to withdraw, sending seas for the Grenadiers, and further up north here, Vickers here narrowly holding on for dear life against another German push here, but Dirty Finisher's assault ultimately falls apart here. And there you go, Grenadier squad also forced to withdraw here still. He's got pretty decent map control. I mean, the sheer amount of Grenadiers does afford him a bit more map control for now, but it's certainly, as you can see there, not without risks either. But he can start transferring out units now, if again, that is the intent. And part of me would certainly imagine so. Got the Vickers setting up back up with the Humber. That's going to hold Dirty Finish from moving any further up the center, unless he really hates this particular Grenadier squad. Back at base here, we got the platoon command post also putting out a 6-pounder gun. We got the field infirmary up. Meanwhile, we are not seeing any, by appearances, oh, we are getting transporters. We are getting transporters. Thumbs up here. We'll, of course, have to see how many transporters he commits to, but considering how many Grenadiers he's got, at least you expect, you know, 1 to 2 more. And then even just 1 Grenadier squad to, like, move about merging there. I think with the Humber about, he really wants a Stug or a Pack 40 out in the near future as well. Yeah, he can transfer another one now there. Got the Vickers holding up here in the south. We got the Humber rolling forward. It's going to probably look to be repaired here by the sappers. Map control wise, it's a bit 50-50 victory point lead. Very mildly in favor of Dirty Finish. We got the Schutzmin up here. Up north, Panzer Grenadier pushing forwards. No transporters here, no tack, no pack. Seems perhaps there's a bit of hesitation of Dirty Finisher. Perhaps he's just first trying out this kind of build order here, and is perhaps not entirely sure where he wants to go with it. That can, of course, happen.
We have lost control of a victory point.
But I do think he should start, like, spending his resources on something, and I certainly would recommend more Grenadiers being transferred out for Panzer Grenadier here. The sooner the better, I would say. Meanwhile, DanielID lining up for push in the center. We've got Saps attack from one side, Recce second from another. Humber and Vickers with more support here, lining up for push for the center here, putting a lot of pressure on Dirty Finisher center, which is quite frankly very lightly defended and under supported, and of course with a good push can be completely tipped over here. And there we go. Humber sets off the mine. A Really awkward blow here for Dirty Finisher. The Humber's about to get the info to wiped here. No troops nearby here for Dirty Finisher. He's committed heavily to the sides. We do get an Achtrad out here. Very common choice for a lot of mechanized players, and certainly can also put some large dents into the Humber. Probably was that was actually waiting for, rather than say push for Stug, or Pax, whatever you plan to go for that Achtrad here. You've got Panzer flanking up here. Catching here, Daniel in a bit of a vice-like situation now. Could he get the big machine gun back here? That'd be pretty good for him. But there goes 6-pounder gun was ready for the Achtrad. Need to pop smoke now. He may see his Achtrad go kaput. There we go. Almost got it. Gebaldeladen being chucked here on the 6-pounder gun here. Almost got the anti-tank and crew here. That really went a bit sideways there for Dirty Finisher, to put it mildly. That said, he still has good map control, but losing the MG42 here to his opponent really leaves him exposed here. We'll have to see what happens next, but I certainly... Oh, he's also got more Pioneers. I guess he lost the Pioneer squad, though. Or did he go for 3 Pioneers? No. Still, really should, I think, transfer out some more Grenadiers for Panzer Grenadiers. And we got a second Achtrad here, committing here to the 26th Aufklärungsabteilung. Reconnaissance Regiment, actually, not Abteilung. Reconnaissance Regiment, which would have been a mix of armored cars and half-tracked infantry and Kubelwagens for reconnaissance purposes. Noting, of course, that 2 Achtrads would form up a patrol, and 3 patrols would form up a platoon of armored cars. Fun fact. North here, Humberwing about here. Got the Artillery Force here fearlessly here at DanielID's infantry. Apparently not worried about snares. And of course, DanielID, of course, more than happy to prove to him that he should be afraid of them. Center there, we got another assault here from the German army, crashing through the walls here. South Ukraine's been caught with the Vickers here. Sappers, more Vickers here. Achtrad diving in here. Catching the MD42 on the flank. And further south, Ukraine is occupying a Sapper section here. We got a lot of fighting across, large portions of the map. Really, we got the other Achtrad pursuing the Humber, which is taking a pretty long route as well here. Panzer is pushing forward here. Pioneers grabbing the fuel point and the center point here. Achtrad withdrawing a bit here, getting shot at by the Vickers. Grenadiers firing in wherever they can. Panzers are catching the mortar and the anti-tank gun. And we got the Humber still in pursuit here of the Humber, but being heavily damaged itself. It is an absolutely chaotic series of engagements here, and it is quite impressive how both players are able to manage all of this, honestly. 2 thumbs up. In the end, though, Dirty Finisher does consign here the Achtrad to oblivion. Gets both Achtrads out of there. And even wipes one of the Vickers machine guns. If you grab that, it's pretty good here, I think, for Dirty Finisher. Up north here, we got the Grenadier Squad moving forwards. Need, of course, to really repair these armored cars. Still nothing further here, though, from Dirty Finisher. Could be planning to go straight for the Panzer Company now. A push for something a bit more elite. I still would recommend transferring out some of these Grenadiers. As for DanielID, we do have the Crusader tank here soon as a possibility, at which point the Achtrads are going to be in a tough spot. In fact, we already have it out, and now Dirty Finisher has been caught with his trousers down, as he has no anti-tank weapons out, no Stugs, and there's a Crusader anti-aircraft tank with its Bofors 40mm anti-aircraft gun, just knocking down things here, ripping through his infantry, knocking out his Achtrad here. Strong move here for DanielID. Up northeast here, Glennie's being pushed back by the Sappers. Pack 40 almost done. Oh, he did grab the Vickers, actually. Or did... Oh, it's Daniel that got the Vickers back. Not Dirty Finish at this short. The Vickers. Glennie's for the Sappers here. Achtrad there. And Tikas for another one? Yeah, that's an odd choice, I would say here. His opponent's got an anti-aircraft tank out that the Achtrad is going to be, quite frankly, useless against that. So I don't know why we go for another one at this stage. And obviously, they can still be good versus the infantry, but as mentioned, versus an anti-aircraft tank with a 40mm Bofors anti-aircraft gun, I can't help but escape the feeling this is a suboptimal choice there for Dirty Finisher. Other guns being pursued here by the Crusader. Pack 40 setting up. Pick Rennie's about to get wiped out. Moving in here to try and block. Could have deployed smoke there. Looks like he did not need to do so. Almost guy, I think he was trying to do by is also get the Arc Guard up behind the Crusader tank, so which couldn't be able to escape the Pack 40 here. But he wasn't quite able to achieve that, and so the Crusader does escape here, the Wrath of Dirty Finisher.
We have vehicles ready to be deployed.
So, we got no sign of anything else, just that one Pack 40, no further Panzer guns being transferred out here. And no sign of anything else being planned here, no support elements and Sturmgeschütze. No sign of the Panzer Company. You could even, like, go for the Luftwaffe Company, like, maybe, I don't know, go for Jaegers with Panzerschrecks, or go even try for Marders. Like, there's plenty of options here for Dirty Finisher to pursue here. Vickers, they're catching the Panzer Squad here in the crater there, force them to withdraw here. British forces, the infantry pushing up towards the center, German forces under the 26th falling back, and we got another Crusader anti-aircraft tank out here for DanielID. Certainly only further increasing the pressure here on Dirty Finisher.
The enemy is stealing our
Pack 40 coming on the main road here, but that does mean the other sides of the map are quite vulnerable to hard push there. And Dirty Finisher response is to go for another Pack 40. Certainly has been thinking his plan is now to hold out for a Panther, no matter what. I mean, it's definitely a doable strategy, but it's definitely, I would say, a bit risky here for Dirty Finisher. Particularly in faction, like most of his infantry is composed of grenadiers. Vic's being flanked here by the Arcot, diving in deep here. Meanwhile, 6-pounder gun turning around to deal with the flanking Arcot here, and there's no further support here, though, from Dirty Finisher. There's one armored car here, so there's a good chance it basically combusts. But no, we got a second Arcot now charging in from the other side here. Could clear out the 6-pounder gun. Second pack ready, but the second Crusader now attacks here, sandwiching the Arcot here in a deadly crossfire and aircraft fire here. Smoke deployed, but it doesn't matter. And DanielID scores the kill here, knocking out Dirty Finisher's armored car here, Schwer Panzerspielwagen. Another pack shot there through the Crusader's frontal armor. Second pack 40 moving forwards. Fun fact, there'd actually be a Crusader, or not Crusader, but a Bofors equipped anti-aircraft tank on the Axis side as well there, known as the Landsberg 2, and there would be a specific version of it for the Hungarian, known as the Nimrod, the Hungarian army. Fun fact, by the way, fun fact. Further up north here, done this right here by the Recce section. Got the Crusader moving in there, ripping through the retreating Grenadiers. Back here, machine guns being hauled back and forth, 6-pounder guns as well. Here we got 466 versus 249. Dirty Finisher does have a great lead over DanielID in terms of victory points, but his force composition is definitely hitting some problems. Trying to catch the mortar here. We got that Info 2, quickly turning Dirty Finisher's dream here into a nightmare. Arcot good to go on sport, troop enforcing healing. Yeah, it definitely looks like to be a Panther stall strat here from Dirty Finisher. Arcot there pushing on the center, catching the Vickers crew here, ripping through whatever cover it is left, and opening up for a Pioneer push for the front here. We got though the Crusader anti-aircraft tank opening up there, Pack 40s. Not quite within range. We do have the Vickers here taking an immense amount of damage. But not enough here for Dirty Finisher to actually wipe out the Vickers crew in far south here. Grenadiers as Recce sections, Vickers, and MD4 to the hauling forwards towards the south side as well here. Arcot pushed back with the Crusaders as DanielID continues to show incredibly little mercy, straight up none. And there you go, Grenadiers caught in the crossfire here, machine gun fire, and forcing here Dirty Finisher the bandits attempt to get the southern victory point. North side is guarded here with the Crusader tank. It's going to be tough to grab that one as well. Particularly since Pack 40s are more occupied around the center. So, a bit of a challenging situation right now for Dirty Finisher. Particularly since he's stalling for the Panther. It gives more map control here to DanielID and really, I think, risks squeezing out Dirty Finisher in the longer run. And he's still, like, not tried to transfer any of these Grenadiers. Besides that one there. Got the MD4 being caught here by the Arcot, closing in veterans one there. Autocannon cracked machine gun there, ripping through the machine crew. We got the Crusader moving up here. Engaging the Arcot. Sick Pack 4 responding here. Almost had the Vickers. That's MD42 actually. In the center they've smoked the plot to cover the center point being grabbed in further up north. Grenadiers in trouble with Crusader tank and a veteran 2 here. Good chance of wipe here. It seems to activate the veteran's 1 ability, which boosts the rate of fire further. It's also the only case, I believe, where it actually boosts the rate of fire, but does not provide a debuff to speed or anything like that. Bomb grenade going off here, but still, that's a bit of a blow there to Dirty Finisher. But he's getting closer to the Panther. He's getting closer, but it's still going to take some time here. Sections being forced back here. And he calls in another Achtrad now of all times. That's a bit of an odd one, I feel like. Considering his opponents have got like 2 Crusader anti-aircraft tanks out, and again, the Achtrads are not doing much there. I think you're better off just transferring out some Grenadiers for Panzer Grenadier, or maybe getting some more Panzer Grenadiers, rather than this stage trying to go for like another heavy armored car. I feel like at this point, DanielID is like fairly put the kibosh on that. South side here, Vickers engaging the Grenadiers behind the victory point there. Still, Dirty Finisher back to the bleeding out Daniel strategy here. 6 moving forward, got the mortar hanging back. Enforcing healing. Got the Crusader being repaired, close to Veteran 2-1. But of course, he's got the rigorous vehicle training ability there. And no Churchill, so could be he's actually aiming here for the Churchill Black Prince. Achtrad's being fixed up. Quick steel hunt gun in the Vickers. Blowing apart Lewis and Thompson. And there you go, Panzer Grenadier on the move here, could hit the flank here. And there you go, Vickers setting up Panzer rushing forces, sprinting ahead here. Popping a Gebandeladung straight in the Vickers. Could be a wipe here. Almost had it, but there you go, Crusader tank to the rescue. Pack 40 arriving, Achtrad spring as well here. No! Not enough to dissuade Dirty Finisher. He does get a wipe on the Vickers. Pack 40 ready to open up, and the British anti-aircraft tankers advances further forwards. Almost got the Churchill Black Prince unlocked in the south here. Armor car striking the Vic MD-42 there. Center and north victory points on the CC, but the 8th Infantry Division as DanielID launches forwards once more with undeterred glee and valor. Now he can call in the Churchill Black Prince in terms of at least command points. Of course, we'll need some more resources. He's also gone for the company command post. But he hasn't yet to go anything from it. He could, of course, start refitting some of his anti-aircraft tanks and then help him push for the Black Prince.
We're losing a victory point.
That'd actually be pretty devious. And in fact, I think would allow him to hold it in almost immediately then.
We have munitions ready to be used, Commander.
Mortar routed. But so far, no attempt here from DanielID to do that. And meanwhile, Dirty Finisher's called in a Panther, the model Debo, which is the first model of Panther, at a more early cupola. But also had some other features, like, for example, no generator for the turret. So it actually was hand cranked, meaning a really slow turret rotation there. It also had a series of other interesting flaws, like the fact that the Panther tilted at a certain angle, the engine would burst into flames. Side here, Achtrad striking the Vickers there, deploying smoke as well. The center Parney's been caught fire. There you go. Panther moving forwards. Engaging Crusader here. First shot misses. Rifle grenades landing right in front of the Panther, of course, making absolutely no impact. Anti-tank grenade slowing down the Panther briefly, but clearly not for long here as the Armored Fist of the Fatherland raises ahead here. That's set without infantry support. I think he's going to have to consider falling a bit back here. We got Grenadiers at the ready here to push for the northern victory point. Panther could, of course, do with some light repairs here for Dirty Finisher. Overall, doesn't need them that bad. This is all still in largely good shape. Further up north, Grenadiers to the Crusader. And the arrival of the Panther actually caused him to call in another 6-pounder gun rather than say just, go for the Black Prince. Can't really feel he'd do that as a response. Panther heading northwards here, a rolling head steadily there. With its 80mm of sloped armor.
We have munitions ready to be used, Commander.
And its high velocity 75mm gun, able to pierce most tanks' frontal armor. Savages of the Achtrads being ripped apart.
We're losing a munitions point.
Now the 6-pounder ready, Crusader moving northwards. Panther there awaiting perhaps Pioneer support, or just waiting for something to happen in the center there. We got push forward to undercover smoke. Good work there by DanielID. A lot of fighting all over the place, still a lot of action, a lot of maneuvering. Up north, thick Crusader tanks dragging the Grenadiers. Panther could have caused counterattack here. There we go, getting a move on. Another fun fact about Panthers, this applies to all of them, is they actually had very few reverse gears. So while a Panther could move fairly fast forwards, they moved really, really slowly in reverse. Which actually caused some crews to just turn around the entire Panther, just swing around that way, exposing the rear armor, because then that was just faster in some regards, probably considered a bit safer. So Panther diving in here quite aggressively, but without support that's a bit risky. They're exposing the side armor, which is significantly weaker than the frontal armor, only 30mm. Actually, I think on early models it was more like 20mm, but it was sloped a bit more. They'd increase it to 30mm, but slope it less when they introduced the Yak Panther to basically simplify production lines. So, there's a fun fact there. Artran sent that Panther moving towards the center as well, but still needs repairs in that Panther now, I think. Artran diving in. Taking a lot of damage. I think there's a good chance here of DanielID knocking out the Panther. Back to dirty finisher. Panther there, half health. Being forced back. Heavily damaged, in fact, now. Will absolutely need to repair that. Still, he's got good map control. He's got a good victory point lead over DanielID. So, dirty finisher still is holding a lot of advantageous cards here. He's also not too far away from a second Panther. Would definitely run it with a distinct advantage. Southeast Crusader there. Oh, he's withdrawing it for refitting, and that is calling back for more resources. He could now be going here for the Crusade, or the Black Prince here. And of course, really badly needed repairs there. We got the Pioneers moving out. Mortified in the south here from the mortar. Other Crusader taking forwards, half fate of FC3 roughly. Attack moving forwards, only get caught up with the Crusader and possibly some 6-pounder guns here if Dirty Finish is not careful. Almost got the Vickers there, Panther being fixed up. We got 380 versus 175. Panther going to be pushing forward, taking a lot of damage. Do get grenades here, almost single on the sample section. Down they go in a blaze of explosive glory. Now, though, we can see that DanielID is going to go for a wipe on that. Pack 40 still may save the day, and we got a Nebelwerfer now for Dirty Finisher. Using all the support weapons and the entrenched nature here of DanielID, it does kind of make sense. But I feel like he probably wants more another Panther once he sees that Churchill Black Prince. It's moves forward to the 17-pounder gun. Panther being engaged with the 6-pounder gun. Slightly falling a bit back here. Nebelwerfer halfway done. Rolling out with that one. None really saw combat service. And only a few are still left in museums. Nebelwerfer ready here though for Dirty Finisher. Ready to bombard DanielID's positions here. 380 of 159 going from the northern Victor Pondy up maneuvering here. Dirty Finishes, 2 folks center south now. Even the north, easy picking. See it. Panther open the Crusader anti-aircraft tank. Slams right through it now. 6-pounder gun shoot misses, but there you go. Black Prince shoots. Great shot there, right through the Panther frontal armor. Pack 40 joining in the front here. Another hit this time from the 6-pounder gun through the side arm on the Panther. Further withdrawing here. Panther gets a good shot, and we got another pack shot here. Could get Panther fast off as well. There we go. Black Prince Knight, half health here. Pack shot completely whiffs. That time around against the Black Prince. Other Pack 40s doing nothing. Further south here, Sappers flanking in. And now we got the Nebelwerfer here as Dirty Finish unleashes the might of German rocket artillery here against the positions of DanielID. Lighting the entire area on fire here, but crucially not harming a single British soul. So we'll have to see what Dirty Finisher goes for next. Maybe another Panther, that's what I expect. Though still would recommend transferring out some of these Grenadiers for Panzergrenadiere. South here, Panthers moving forward, catching the 6-pounder gun here. Further south, Achtrath versus the Vickers. 367, 154. Crusader being fixed up. Black Prince certainly need repairs. That is fairly durable. And even half health still has like 600 points there, so it can certainly take a few more hits. Though, of course, whether or not you should allow that is another matter entirely. Punches the Vickers. Pack forwarders, they're both ambushed. Panther getting flanked and ambushed here by anti-tank guns, cut a bit out close to the front line there. Veterans 1 has been gained for the Panther, thumbs up. Center there we got the Grenadiers been caught here by the MD42 under Daniel's command, and further up north here, Archer with Grenadier support are about to get hit here by the Crusader tank here, flanking aggressively. DanielID does not slow down. He goes straight here for the Archer, looking to knock it out, or at least force away to then leave the Grenadiers easy prey. In the center of the Grenadiers forced back here, MD42 just raking them down. And underneath her barrage, this time here closer south of Pachino proper, and heading the 6-pounder gun crew there, lighting it up, burning it to the cinders. Further south, the victory point falling to the British 8th Infantry Division. Panther moving forwards, and we got a Crusader tank with infantry and machine gun support being hauled northwards. Panther advances straight into the Black Prince line of fire, and the 6-pounder guns here. A lot of damage being inflicted, but the Panther is the one certainly the most heavily damaged. Didn't get to destroy that anti-tank gun. That could be reclaimed with DanielID and make things very miserable here for Dirty Finisher. And we do appear to have something. Oh, that's just the Afterguard. I thought he might have called in another Panther or something, but clearly not. We do get a more tough for Dirty Finisher. Meanwhile, the Afterguard goes up in flames here. Section that could get wiped out. That would be a small win here for Dirty Finisher. And he does get it. And there we go. 6-pounder recruit in the center. Afterguard pushing forward against the Vickers here. Backed up by Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers here. Dirty Finisher and their 26 Panzer graces the center of Pachino. Further north here, the north force of the British 8th Infantry Division once more. A small counter-attack there by Lieutenant Tommy Knockers. Claims it. In the south here, Panther narrowly survives total destruction, deploying smoke and disengaging. Panthers rushing forward here, catching the anti-tank crews there in withering assault rifle fire. Black Prince, their veterans who won. There's just so much action here. One anti-tank crew there snuffed out, and we might see the Vickers there also expiring, but no. Falls a bit short of that. Crusader tank flank in, another archer done. Hits a mine or gets Panther fasted. Hard to say either way, though it is ace level, but it's also an easy target. Except the Panther's so heavily damaged, I don't think Dirty Finisher would or should commit his Panther to try and finish it off here. Meanwhile here, pushed back by the Black Prince. Pack 45's away there, bounces off the Black Prince, which is just basically a Churchill tank with bigger, well, the 17-pounder gun. They technically were also made bigger to actually be able to fit in the gun properly, I believe. Machine gun there getting hammered by British mortar fire. We got a needler for the responding in violent kind, and the Crusader there does escape here. Needler rocketing away. We got 148 versus 293. Reiki second pursued by Grenadiers. Black Prince to the rescue and almost demolishes the entire Grenadier squad. Third Norfolk Grenadiers pushing forwards. No sign anything further here though from Dirty Finisher. Certainly not of any additional tanks. Ergo mortar crew spotted and routed. Panther gets a good shot off here, but it stands on the hill and quickly disengages from the hill. Philip Norfolk Grenadiers pushing from north of Victor Point. We got a Vickers ready to get flanked here. Back at base here at 400, we don't see anything much else here. No, see Crusaders, Matildas, Foot Guards to back up everything he's got at the moment. No training center either. Oh, actually I spoke too soon. We do get a Matilda 2. Clearly focusing on the heavier armor now. Panther good to go again. Still no sign of any additional Panthers or Stooks or anything like that. Panther rolling 4 vets for the fatherland, though certainly raising ahead of an infantry. Meanwhile, AA Crusader just zooms in towards the north point here and starts just viciously blasting anything that looks remotely German. 249 left as the 148 of DanielID. Also got the Fort Repair Assembly. Goes now. Could go for recon artillery, could go for designate targets. We'll have to see, of course, what he picks. Pack's moving up, Panther moving in. Then he's been blasted into blame. We got virtually 2 on the Black Prince. Starting to turn into a bit of a nightmare. There we go. We do get the recon artillery here. and certainly using aircraft to spot for artillery was not uncommon. Obviously had a few risks. But it did see serviceability with the Allies. Up north here, the Crusader racing in as the Panther tries to pursue here. Biggest push back. So things are lining up here as the centre of Pachino gets absolutely decimated by British firepower. I mean, you know, quite on par for the course when it comes to the British and, you know, any architecture. Because they're routed, pack Needle crew murdered, buildings collapsing here as DanielID goes full to Bomber Harris here on Pachino. We finally got the second Panther out here for Dirty Finisher and Deutschland. That is 2 Panthers here, a significant amount of Kruppstahl here assembling in his hands, but infantry-wise, he's really starting to fall into issues here. He's got 1 Panzer Grenadier Squad at east level and a Grenadier Squad, but at the same time, that's it. Crusader tank, though, focused down by 2 Panthers. Could go down any moment now. No battle abilities chosen here, by the way. May want to start picking something there like Mechanized Assault to, you know, keep his Panthers a bit more alive, or Swing Artillery Barrage. But if he definitely needs to, like, pick something there. Panthers, though, going for the Black Prince here. Faced with 2 Panthers. The Black Prince looks like is about to be, well, the victim of some armored regicide. And down he goes here. Panther scores the kill for the fatherland. Virtually 2 and half a to virtually 3 on that Panzerkampfwagen 5. Pride of the Fatherland. So that was a great kill here. That's it. Dirty finish in the process. Lost most other things and crucially still remains very low on infantry. So definitely a pretty uncomfortable situation here for Dirty Finisher. Matilda 2 there, heavily damaged. Got machine guns there, wiped out.
Weapon crew on standby.
We'll have to see what happens next here. Baker's gonna firing up with the MU-42 here. Panthers falling back. He's also lost 1 of his Pioneer Squad, so he will need to replace that as well. We got packs abandoned here by North Pachino. And he dives in with a Panther into the base of DanielID, trying to take out the Crusader tank. I feel like that's... I mean, there's a sort of thing that theoretically could, like, win him the game, but at the same time, or at least deal with some damage, but at the same time also bears a lot of risks, and considering him what he's got left, I feel like that is too aggressive of a gambit here for Dirty Finish, not something you can afford here. Like, had he had more infantry left, I might say could make it work here. Yeah, that was, in the end, a bad call here by Dirty Finisher.
Pioneers are reporting for duty.
That was a bit of a throw there. Do have more Pioneers out, but he needs more infantry very badly. He needs to fix up that Panther, obviously. That was... I feel like he should have pulled back both Panthers, gotten some more infantry, and then counterattack more properly. But it could be Dirty Finish just looking to close out the fight fast and just hoped he could, like, catch the tanks and destroy them inside the base here. So, center being grabbed again. Further up north here, we got the Ace Panzer Grenadiers here doing what they do best, which of course is utterly massacring British troops. Alright, Otto, remember, just like at Kharkov. I wasn't at Kharkov. Really? Nein! Oh, scheiße.
Ability unlocked.
There we go. Finally picked some abilities there. Goes for the Swing Artillery Barrage, which is definitely very powerful. And used correctly. And he also went for the Starstorm Assault package, in case he doesn't figure he's going to go for... This bit goes for another Achtar at this stage. I can sort of see the logic to an extent, but I also feel like he just needs more infantry. And I'm very much an infantry man. Well, mechanized infantry man. Panzer moving forward into the MD-42. We got the Achtar moving forward here. Panther as well on the move here. 26 Panzer Sean forming up for one last Kampfgruppe for one last ditch attempt to turn the tide for the fatherland. Matilda's roaming through the northern ruined fields of Pachino, straight to the waiting guns of the Panther. The waiting guns of Panther, there we go. Great shot there, straight through the frontal arm of the Matilda 2 here. Another great shot here, Panther closing on to 3. If Dirty Finisher could recruit these 2 packs, there might also be a bit more hope there for him. 6 Panzer guns on the move. I do think infantry needs to be a big priority, and another Black Prince out here for Daniel versus Dirty Finisher. That's really going to require him to move Pack 40's ready, I think. Southwest here. Rifle grenades against the wreck grenadiers pushing back here. Crusader also on the move here. We got 167 versus 138. Back to Daniel.
We have 200 points remaining.
He makes the move with the Arctic, the artillery support, the Panther, and just goes in here. Pretty risky maneuver. But we got recon artillery calling as well here. Disengages now. Artillery raining down here. And the entire just goes up in a massive series of explosions here. Narrowly avoids losses there. We also got a flamethrower left behind out in the open there. Machine gun advancing in the center here. We got 138, 156. Matilda 2 on the move again. MD4 sitting up here, but to get knocked out. Punch still flanking in there. Hardened men. Iron Cross second class. Bundle grenade there chucked into the Vickers. Almost got it. And down it goes. Gonna eat the Panther around the center here. Of course, that leaves him vulnerable to a flank from the Black Prince, the anti-tank, until the Matilda 2. I think it's in the state of the Panther at the moment, who did manage to get repaired up. Good. Panthers, they're being murdered here by the AA Crusader there with 33 kills. Great shot from the Panther, though. Very close to the ace level in that one. Very close. Got the Black Prince moving up, wrecking machine gun. Matilda also on the move here. DanielID counterattacking here for the glory of the Empire. And Dirty Finisher got another Panther out. It's more Panthers. More steel. More Deutschland. Matilda they're flanking the Arctic party to crew those packs now. Panther ace level. Ripping through the Black Prince here. Like genetic diseases ripping through the Habsburg family. Anyways, Panther falling back here. Panther moving up the center. Another Arctic left of wreckage here. Diving in with the Panther here. Dirty Finisher has had enough. Engaging the Crusader, taking over the Panther. Does he have enough here for another artillery strike around here? That might, yeah, got another searing artillery barrage here. Panther's taking intense amounts of damage here. Black Prince shoots but misses. He's almost got the Crusader. No, he turns, I think, away from the Crusader to the Black Prince. 6-pounder guns are being hammered and utterly demolished beneath the furious storm of artillery. It all vanishes in the blink of an eye. Those Panzer Grenadiers on the move again. Up north here, Panther versus the Matilda. Got the rapid fire ability they activated. Allowing it to shoot pretty fast, you can see there. But the Matilda does escape, and he does not pursue. 100 versus 138 here. Quickly moving in to recruit those 6-pounder guns. Grenadiers moving forwards. Machine gun left behind there. Hacks have been, I think, destroyed here, and we got another Achtrad. So many armored cars here. I think at this point, he's definitely committed an entire platoon's worth of armored cars to this battle. We got 138, 79 now. Panther being fixed up. The other Panther going up north here versus the machine gun there, backed up with the Achtrad here. Almost got the crew there wiped out. Black Prince coming in the center. Panther going for that Crusader. Almost got it! But he survives so far with a little bit of health left. Can he finish it off here? Pioneers wiped by a mortar strike. 138 versus 68. Black Prince goes northwards on its own. Right into the Panther ace, perhaps. No, stops. The South artillery called in the Panzer Grenadiers. They're narrowly holding on here, but their position is definitely looking pretty precarious. There, goes straight into the Panther ace, but didn't turn the front there towards the Black Prince. Had his side exposed. Another exposed shot there. Black Prince is, I think, about to get the Panther here knocked out. Needs to deploy smoke. Oh, bounced. He actually bounced. But the Panther ace is definitely in a bad state here, in a bad spot. And down it goes. Kaput.
Receiving reports that an enemy Panther has been destroyed.
Heading south to the Arctic, flanking up behind Daniel's front line here. Second Panther on the move. Remaining Panthers are retreating. Rather hectic stuff here. Calling in artillery again here. Panther going for the Matilda. Smoke being deployed here. It's confusion. It's chaos. It's madness. It's Company Heroes 3. And another mind-shattering artillery barrage goes down here, wrecking anti-tank and crews in their entirety. Matilda's about to get knocked out here by the Panther, the Panzerkampfwagen 5. And he scores the kill. The Matilda is left blazing like a burning sacrifice to St. Al of Pachino. Black Prince, they're halfway to death, but also halfway to virtually 3. You got 87 versus 67. Back to dirty finisher. Still critically low in infantry. The fight continues. The battle does not cease. And there you go, calling in the artillery here. On the south. Panther on the move. They're close to Veteran 2. And we got his remaining infantry being committed northward. He really should craft some more of these machine guns. Honestly. I feel like that's a bit on the other side here by Dirty Finisher. And there you go. Black Prince ripping through those Panther grenades. Actually been merging with grenades with them. Thumbs up. That didn't grab the machine gun. Black Prince ripping through the grenadiers. Panther there pushing forwards. Pioneers retreating. Axguard did escape here, but has left the way open for DanielID to rush in his mortar crew. And he goes for another Axguard. It's an addiction at this point. He can stop anytime he wants to. He swears. But the rest of us know better. And another Matilda out there for DanielID.
Enemy has taken a victory point.
Looking straight here with the Black Prince, straight at the Axguard.
We have lost the sector.
Great shot there. Charging into the base in the south. Panther goes for Southern Point here. We got 59 versus 68. Crusade engaging one of the bunkers for some reason.
Batteries are requesting orders, Commandant.
And there you go. His remaining infantry there. Just pinned inside the base now.
The enemy is striking at our infantry company.
And he's rushing for the northern point with his Axguard. But we got there the Matilda moving in to tell that armored car to knock it the bloody hell off. 41 versus 68. Smoke deployed. Crusader there catching the Axguard, shredding it. Meanwhile, Black Prince getting flanked by a Panther, but he doesn't see the Black Prince. The Black Prince gets in the first shot, and he's about to hit the ace level. Smoke deployed here. Will it save the Panther though? Now the Axguard goes up in smoke and flames. And there we go. GG. Game over. A brutal battle here on Pachino. With some amazing maneuvers from both sides. In the end, though, Dirty Finisher fell short there. And again, I feel like part of the issue is just, you know, he had, I think, an interesting strategy. He just didn't commit hard enough to it. I think he should have, you know, transferred out more grenadiers for Panzer grenadiers, or even, like, considered, you know, side-taking for the Luftwaffe company for some Jaegers there, but he was not going to go for the Panzer company. Like, either way, he needed to have, like, less grenadiers and just more advanced troops than that. I think that would have done a lot there for Dirty Finisher. And I also feel like he went for too many Axguards as the game went on. I feel like that was like another mistake there. Hell, he could, you know, like some point just gone for the Panzer Company, snuck in some Panzer Force and some Starsturm. Either way, you end up kind of this like slightly weird loop where he just ended up not having enough resources, I think, for the things he wanted to, like enough manpower for the Panthers because of that. And I think that helped sort of slowly bleed out Dirty Finisher as the fight went on, and allowing DanielID, I think, to like, you know, pull through there. Still, though, an immensely intense engagement here on Pachino. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. Consider supporting the Propagandacaster by donating on Patreon. Every bit helps me keep making these videos. So thank you all for joining in. Thank you for watching. And see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.